a 5'9 sophomore from Newport, Kentucky. Number 10, Nick Pangalo. At the other guard, a 6'3 freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 22, Greg Filia. At one forward, a 6'3 junior from Toledo, Ohio. Number 30, Jimmy Matthews. At the other forward, a 6'6 senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 44, George Smith. And at center for the Norsemen, a 6'8 freshman from Cincinnati, Ohio. Number 52, Todd Svoboda. Northern Kentucky is coached by Ken Shields and assisted by Pat Ryan and Brian Stevens. And now for your IPFW Mastodons. 8-6 in the conference and 18-6 overall. At one guard, a 5'8 senior from Muncie, Indiana, number 4, Lawrence Jordan. At the other guard, a 6'5 junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Glenn Howard. At one forward, a 6'4 sophomore from Muncie, Indiana, number 33, Sam Long. At the other forward, a 6'5 senior from Saginaw, Michigan, number 40, Lloyd Sargent. And finally at center, a 6'9 freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 44, Doug Reinke. The Mastodons are coached by Andy Piazza, assisted by John Felsky, the student assistant, Bobby Marshall. Will everyone please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
Again, the starting lineups for Northern Kentucky University: Nick Pangelo, Greg Filia, Jimmy Matthews, George Smith, and Todd Swoboda. For IPFW, Lawrence Jordan, Lloyd Sargent, Sean Gibson, Doug Reinke, and Glenn Howard.
Mike, both these teams fairly young. IPFW with only 2 seniors on the team. Northern Kentucky with only 1 senior in the team, and in fact 10 of their 13 dressed players tonight are sophomores or below, but the seniors are key. IPFW led in scoring by Lawrence Jordan, second in scoring by Lloyd Sargent, they're 2 seniors, and Northern Kentucky led in scoring by George Smith, their lone senior. So again, the seniors are going to play a key part in this game, but both of these teams are going to be good for the next few years probably.
Todd Swoboda will jump it up against Doug Reinke. And we're underway. IPFW controls the tip. That's Sam Long Jr. with the ball. Passes off to Lawrence Jordan. Jordan, the hero of Thursday night's contest, with 31 points. Lloyd Sargent at the top of the key. Passes off to Sam Long. Goes right in between the legs of Reinke, and a turnover by IPFW. And Pangelo for Northern Kentucky turns it over. Jordan's got a 3-on-1 easy lay-in.
The quick hands of Lawrence Jordan got that. Knocked the ball loose at the other end to Sam Long. Sam Long was able to get the outlet pass quickly up to Jordan, and as you mentioned, a 3-on-1, and Jordan just took it in.
And another turnover. Jordan hands it. 4 points for Jordan, 4-0 IPFW. Northern Kentucky early on being bothered heavily by the full court press. And a fall away shot by Jimmy Matthews. 4-2.
Well, IPFW with their patented full court pressure. Ball got down past the defense, and Matthews hit an off-balance shot from the corner that was good for 2.
Howard almost throws it away. Sam Long comes up with a nice fake and puts it up and in.
Nice, strong, aggressive board play there by Sam Long.
And a block by Rinke, but a foul's going to be called on Lloyd Sargent. And Jimmy Matthews will go to the line to shoot 2. Jimmy Matthews, a junior, 6'3" from Toledo, Ohio. Averages 15 points and 6 rebounds a game. He misses the second one. It's 6-3. IPFW on top. Just underway. Jordan almost throws it away. Sargent comes up with it. Strong move, just misses. And the rebound to Northern Kentucky. Pangelo with the ball that passes off Jimmy Matthews. Pangelo can't find anywhere to go with it. He's trapped in the corner. And a foul on Sargent, it looks like.
And that'll be his second. Cheap foul right there, and he really didn't want to pick that foul up. The aggressive defense that IPFW plays is going to pick up a number of fouls, and Lloyd got called for the first 2 here.
Game's only 2 minutes old. 6-3. IPFW on top. There's Smith, and the quick hands of Jordan causes the ball to get away, and Smith commits the foul. Smith is quite a good-sized young man. 6'6", 225. He's the only senior on the team.
And he's all of 225, Mike. I would have guessed he was more like 250. He's a big, big person in the middle there.
Jordan passes into Sargent. Sargent gets bumped and cans the jumper.
Lloyd's been playing very, very well inside the last couple games, and I think he was playing as a swing person for a while in Coach Andy Piazza's offense, and is finally back, feeling comfortable back in the middle now. So
Nick Pangelo with the ball for Northern Kentucky. Very young squad. Inexperienced. Their day will come. And a block by Sargent. Filia off the pass from Smith. That's his first 2. It's 8-5 now. IPFW on top. 16:56 left to go in the first half. Long misses the 3-point shot, and it goes out of bounds to IPFW.
well, we're seeing a little bit of what we saw in the first game, Mike, and that was the IPFW players not getting a lot of arch on their shots. And people familiar with engineering know that the higher the ball goes, the better chance you have it to go in, because you've got a bigger cylinder to work with angle-wise. And Sam's shot was very, very flat that time.
Rinke passes off to Jordan. Jordan pass to Sargent, and it goes in. Sargent's got 4, and Jordan's got 3 assists already in the ball game. Pass from Pangelo to Smith, and Smith is going to go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
No, Mike Smith is averaging 16.1 points per game and 9.8 rebounds, and right there I think you saw why. He's just going to take that ball inside, and he's going to move anybody that's in there out.
There's no way that guy's only 30 more pounds than I am.
He looks like he could play football for the Cincinnati Bengals, doesn't he?
He's got 3 points now. It's 10-8, IPFW on top, 16-14 left in the first half. Good pass to Rinke and a great block. That block was by Jimmy Matthews. Matthews got up there.
Yeah, Doug was going to take that for the stuff, and Matthews just made a great defensive play.
Jordan, what a pass inside to Glenn Howard. He misses a layup.
You know, Jordan's averaging 9.1 assists a game, and you wonder how many of those assists are missed that he doesn't get credit for.
And his hands are in there again. Pass forward to Surgeon. Watch this. Ooh. Slam by Surgeon. 6 for Surgeon, 12-8 IPFW. Well, IPFW not committing the cardinal sin, letting a I hate to call them inferior team, but let's face it, they do not match up with IPFW as far as athletic quickness and experience. And IPFW doing very well to start off with a very high level of intensity.
Well, it appears that their defensive pressure full court is going to make a big difference here. And again, we've mentioned this a number of times. That pressure is not designed necessarily to steal the ball, but make mistakes, and that's what it's done today.
Filia takes the shot, misses. Strong rebound by Leonard Fox. He gets tied up. The best possession arrow goes to Northern Kentucky.
Now one of the officials is going to step in and call a foul there.
Much to the chagrin of the Northern Kentucky coach, Ken Shields, as you see him on the screen there.
I'm not sure that I don't blame him for that. The official right there on the play called the jump ball, and the out official called the foul.
Mike Pittman's played some excellent ball of late. That's with the ball right now.
Boy, they're going to miss this player right here, Lawrence Jordan, next year. He just does so much for this team.
And George Smith's going to be called for the foul.
And it'll be a second, Mike, so they cannot afford to lose him. IPFW just so strong inside, not necessarily with real tall, real big height or real big people, but they just have very talented people inside. If they just keep working it down inside, they can get Smith and some others in foul trouble.
Jordan penetrates, and it's stolen. Pass ahead to Pangelo, and Pangelo passes a nice pass inside, a wild shot by Jimmy Matthews, and it's rebounded by IPFW. Jordan on the move. Pittman from three-point land. It's long. Very easy to let up on a 4-18 team. It's just very hard to get yourself to that level of intensity. IPFW doing a fairly decent job so far. Three-point shot is missed. Jordan's up ahead. He's got a 2-on-1. Fox takes the shot. He's got it. Fox's first two. And Jordan piling up the assist. 14-8 IPFW. 13:46 left. George Smith muscles his way up there, and he's going to go to the line.
That was a tough call, tough call. Sean Gibson, there you see in your picture, was standing straight up, and as we heard a number of announcers on the network TV talk about the rule of verticality, it looked like Sean Gibson had his hands straight up. I don't know if we've got a replay of that or not, but call could have gone either way, and that would have been a critical foul for Smith because that would have been his third, but instead it went against Gibson.
Smith short on the first one. And the rule of verticality is just doesn't mean a whole lot in college ball. You rarely see it called. If the offensive player can draw that foul, no matter how straight up and down the defensive player is, they'll usually get the call. And I certainly don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, this is an opinion on my part, but this game has become so offensive-minded that I hate to see us take things away from the defensive player, and I think that's what we've done there. Is very seldom does the call go defensively.
.13:20 left in the first half. Lawrence Jordan with the ball for IPFW. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Now got 15 on the shot clock. Fox passes it into Gibson. Gibson can't find anywhere to go with it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan's going to make the move now. And a super scoop move by Lawrence Jordan. He's got 6 points. It's 16-9 IPFW. Just get it across. And a good pass, and it's fumbled by Svoboda. Boy, he had a wide open layup there.
Yeah, but you get that pressure applied against you, Mike, all the time, and you start hearing footsteps in your ear.
Matthews with a fall away from three-point land. Svoboda with a great rebound. Goes up strong. No fouls called. It goes out of bounds to Northern Kentucky.
Good quick hands, though, by Leonard Fox to knock that ball out, because Swoboda had a second attempt at an easy layup.
Jerome Blassingame will inbound the ball for Northern Kentucky. Averages 10.6 points a game. IPFW with some excellent pressure. Blassingame takes the shot. It's wild. Svoboda with another rebound. And they're going to call the foul on him. And I'm not so sure about that.
I'm not either. That was a pretty big mismatch in there with Pittman trying to block out Swoboda. Gives away a number of inches and a little bit of weight. And I'm not sure. Maybe they said Swoboda went over the top.
Swoboda's 6'8". It's only a freshman. As you can see, he's certainly got a baby face. 220 pounds from Cincinnati. Went to Princeton High School. Mike Pittman will inbound the ball for IPFW. Lawrence Jordan averages 13.4 points a game and 9 assists. Leonard Fox gets it stolen. It's up ahead. And a charging foul, blocking foul that is going to be called on Mike Pittman. And you can see the disappointment in the face of Mike Pittman. It's kind of tough when you give up your body and take it.
And it goes the other way.
Take
Back
a hit
exactly
that
what I was talking about there. We've given this the game over to the offensive player in just about every instance in the last few years, and I hate to see that, because I think, as you mentioned, the defensive player gave up his body there, and in my opinion did a great job of getting position. And then I'm not sure how they're giving them a shot. It didn't appear to me that he was in the act of shooting, and we're not in the 1-on-1 yet.
Yeah, that's a tough one to figure out. Jimmy Matthews has got 3 points so far in the ball game. He missed the first free throw. 16-9 IPFW on top. 11:50 left in the first half. Matthews gets the second one. He's got 4. It's now a 6-point ball game. IPFW ahead. Lawrence Jordan with the ball. He's got 6 points so far. And just about that many assists.
A lot of bouncing going around underneath the basket, Mike.
Shot by Surgent.
Lloyd just has a lot of confidence. He typically wouldn't be taking that shot, and he's hitting it with at will. So
he's got 8. And a nice drive by Ron Marbury. He's got his first 2. He's already over his average. Surgent wide open. And a good feed from Lawrence Jordan. Surgent's got double figures already. He's got a half of IPFW's 20 points, and they're ahead 20-12 now. Matthews from three-point land, got it. And he fades away every time he takes that shot, but he's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, he took that one in the far right corner early in the game, and he was almost out of bounds, reminiscent of Rick Mount shooting a number of years ago.
7 points for Matthews. It's a 5-point ball game now. 10:43 left in the first half. Northern Kentucky hanging in there. Nothing easy in the GLVC.
No, never. In fact, it's amazing, Mike, if you look at the statistics, we've lost 3 home games, but we've gone on the road and won 6.
Sam Long just short on the 3-point attempt. And Glenn Howard comes up with a loose ball. Surgeon, strong move again, got it, and he's going to go to the line to shoot an extra shot.
Boy, Lloyd's just been playing so well in the middle in there.
He's going up with a lot of confidence. You know, speaking of those 3 home losses, every single one of those were heartbreakers. Unbelievable. The Kentucky State game, I remember more than any of them. That team right now in the GLVC is only 4-8. And we had them by 15 points and just blew an lead that I thought was insurmountable.
Well, and then as you mentioned, then we went on the road and beat them down at their place. So you can't afford to have the letdowns at home, and that's what's hurt us. So every game critical from here on out.
Shot by Sam Long. Again, the assist from Lawrence Jordan. And a timeout's called by Northern Kentucky.
Mike, IPFW right now doing just about everything they want to do at will. As you mentioned earlier, it's they've got to guard against the fact of becoming a little lackadaisical here, because it's been easy. They beat this team down on their home court early in the season, and so you start to get in your mind a little overconfidence, and I think they've got to really guard against that. On the other hand, Northern Kentucky has played pretty tough here the first 10 minutes of the ball game to hang in. They've let IPFW have a 6-point run here to move out to a 10-point lead, but again, I think that they've got to go back to doing the things that they do well. It appears that Jimmy Matthews is a pretty good shooter from the outside, and George Smith is going to be able to work hard inside.
Lloyd Surgeon doing his part so far with 13 out of the 25 points of IPFW. There we go. Tickets, $5 and $7.
Mike, that's a reminder to our viewers of the upcoming international volleyball match sponsored by IPFW at the Memorial Coliseum on February 22nd at 7:30 p.m. between the #1 team in the world, the Cuban national team, versus the U.S. national team. Tickets are $5 and $7, and they're available at all Ticketmaster outlets, or you can call 483-1111, which is the Coliseum box office. All proceeds will go to the IPFW Athletic Scholarship Fund.
I'm glad you know what's going on, Dan. Yeah, that sounds like well worth your money to see that kind of action, that caliber of volleyball.
Should be a great match.
Finally, a foul's called after a barrage of contact down there at the other end of the court.
Well, we have to make the transition from volleyball to basketball, but it appears that after the timeout that Northern Kentucky is going to come out with a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what they did there. And it caused IPFW a couple problems, and luckily the foul was called, or the 35-second clock, or the 10-second rule was almost in effect.
Sam Long makes the move, gets tied up, and he throws it away. Filia comes up with it for Northern Kentucky. Matthews again. Misses. Filia with a rebound. And the foul is going to be called on Scott Burkhardt.
Neither team in a 1-and-1. On the next foul, well, again, on the next foul for either team, both teams will be in a 1-and-1.
You're watching College Access Channel 6, your station for IPFW Sports. Thank you for being with us tonight at the Athletic Center. I'm Mike Neely along with Dan Gebhardt. Hope you're enjoying the action. Turnover. Up ahead to Jordan. He's all alone. And he misses. Follow up by Glenn Howard, and a foul's going to be called. And it looks like it's going to be called on Filia.
not sure Lawrence shouldn't have pulled up at the free throw lane there and let his trailer go to the basket and either fed off or take the 15-foot jump shot from the free throw line. It actually worked out for IPFW.
And Howard misses. 25-15, a 10-point lead for IPFW. Northern Kentucky having a tough time penetrating. And a traveling call off the trap, the two-man trap by Glenn Howard and Lawrence Jordan. And IPFW gets the ball back.
IPFW's defense is really causing a lot of problems for Northern Kentucky. It'll be interesting to get the halftime stats and see what kind of turnover ratio we have.
Three-pointer by Glenn Howard. He's got his first three, and IPFW's got a 13-point lead. Shot short. Rebound. Tip. No good. Rebound Burkhart. Up ahead to Jordan. Jordan's got the numbers in his favor. And Howard gets it stripped away, and a foul is going to be called on Darren Blassingame.
I'll tell you what, Mike, if you're in the same court with Lawrence Jordan and he's on your team wearing the same color jersey, you better be ready to catch the ball because it's going to come to you.
It's a blast to play with a guy like that.
Northern Kentucky calls it second timeout here with 8 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first half. But again, they can't afford to fall. I think they had 15 points, I think, the last time they called the timeout, and they haven't scored since then. So even though I think they tightened the pressure a little bit, it's not been successful in getting the ball back from IPFW.
Our next live telecast will be on Saturday, March the 3rd at 5 p.m. when the Lady Eagles from Ashland College meet the IPFW Lady Dons. And at 8 p.m., the Ashland College Eagles challenge the IPFW Mastodons. Catch all the action of college basketball right here on your College Access, Channel 6. And, Dan, I think that game against Ashland, if things go the way that I think things are going, that could be the telltale game as to whether IPFW is going to get in the NCAA tournament or not.
Mike, it's going to be real close here. A couple things are going to have to happen for IPFW. Number one, tonight is a very important ball game in the conference race, and Southern Indiana is at Kentucky Wesleyan. Southern is the only team that has beaten Kentucky Wesleyan this year in both in the conference and overall. So if Kentucky Wesleyan can win that ball game, they stand in there. You see the Great Lakes Conference standings. Ashland actually has moved ahead of Southern Indiana. I don't believe that's up to date, because Ashland played Thursday night, Southern Indiana did not. So Ashland now is 11-2, Southern Indiana 10-2. IPFW at 8-6. It's going to be very, very tough for them to move into third place. But if they can beat Southern Indiana and play well against Kentucky Wesleyan or vice versa, they've got a good chance to move up in the area rankings, and that's what's going to be important.
Good look at Glenn Howard. He'll have two shots. And he misses the first. 28-15, 8:26 left in the first half. IPFW in total control right now. And he misses both. So twice down the floor, IPFW has missed the front ends of 1-1 and also missed two free throws. A 10-second call.
And there was really no pressure there. Just very, just token pressure, but slow bringing the ball up the court. Mike, I don't want to lose the thought on that free throw. Two free throws missed on there. IPFW only shooting 69%, but they tend to be real inconsistent, hitting very well one night and very poorly the next night.
And a pushing foul inside on Scott Burkhart. And a turnover. Charge it to Burkhart.
Well, and that's one of those calls that it's usually the second one that's seen, and I was watching down there, and those guys were pushing and shoving each other for the whole 15 to 20 seconds of that possession.
Well, Burkhart is 6'5" and 210, and Chris Russell at 6'7", 220. A lot of meat shoving at each other. And Burkhart sure looks like he's more than 210 to me. These guys must cheat on these weight machines.
Either that or scales are off.
Either that or I'm gaining a lot more weight than I think.
Chris Russell looks a pretty hefty 220 too, doesn't he?
He sure does. And he misses the front end. Both teams in the bonus situation. Jordan. Ed Gibson open for just a second. Scott Shank in the ball game. He's number 32. IPFW with a short lineup right now. Shank's going to be called, or a pushing foul is going to be called on Doug Rinke.
IPFW is going to have to be real careful here because there's an awful lot of physical play underneath the basket, and the officials are going to pick that up, and it's going to be who is pushing at the time. That's who's going to get called, and that's what's happened the last two times.
It could come down to who's going to make the free throws also. Neither team shooting very well at all. And our friend Mr. George Smith, 6'6", 225, is at the line. And it goes in and out, and a foul, another foul, is going to be called on Chris Russell.
And we'll walk down to the other end of the court. This game proceeds like this, Mike. We'll be here till midnight.
We're waltzing back and forth. And Kevin Shank, or should I say Doug Rinke. Shank went up there to the line like he was the, I didn't think he was quite that tall. Doug Rinke will attempt to make his first points of the night. And he does it. 29-15, IPFW on top. 7:41 left. First half action.
Northern's been stalled here for quite a while now, Doug, Mike, at 15.
They get it across the timeline. Pass into Swoboda. Swoboda, they can't throw it in the ocean. And it goes out of bounds to IPFW. They're having the shots there, Dan, but...
Well, I think they're hurrying him a little bit, just like that one right there. Swoboda had a nice attempt if he just would have taken his time, and he kind of forced it up, I think.
Shank inside. Nice feed pass and a great pass from Gibson, and a slam by Rinke.
Great look by Gibson. That's a tough play when you're down there and you got players all around you.
Doug Rinke's got 4 points. Gibson's going to be called for the foul. Good look at these freshmen. I keep wanting to say junior or senior, but this young man plays like a junior or senior.
Well, he's made a big impact on this program. As we mentioned before, a pretty young program for IPFW with only the 2 seniors in Surgeon and Pittman, and a lot of young kids, and they've made contributions. Early in the year when they went on that 10-game winning streak, the freshmen were playing very well.
Smith finally makes a free throw. He's got 5.
And finally gets them off at 15.
32-16. IPFW has doubled the score. 7:03 left in the first half. Smith makes the second one. Northern Kentucky could be in for a long night, but you never know. Kentucky State came back a while back and beat us at home with the same type of deficit. Pittman passes out to Jordan. Jordan thought about an NBA three-pointer, but held up. And now Gibson thinks about an NBA three-pointer and cans it. Averages 10.3 points. I think he took a look at the average, said, I've got no points, I got to start here.
Well, he hit one of those on Thursday night. Maybe he's got the confidence up from that three-point range.
Northern Kentucky looks very confused on offense. Pangelo, Matthews again from three-point land, misses. Swoboda, look what I found. He got it. (35-19). IPFW on top. 5:55 left in the first half.
Tough pass for Ranky to handle. He did a good job getting it and protecting
Gibson.
it.
Strong move. Loses his balance and he's hurt. Pangelo pass to Smith. Smith strong. Smith's got 8 points, and now IPFW has only got a 14-point lead. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half.
Well, Mike, we've seen an awful lot of substitution on IPFW's part. They've got 10 players averaging over 10 minutes a game, and they've got 7 players averaging over 15 minutes a game. And Lawrence Jordan, Mr. all-around player, leading the team in scoring, leading the team in assists, averaging over 36 minutes a game, and that's an awful lot the way he goes the full time.
Jordan's got 7 points now. There's a good look at the IPFW star. In and out. Be a shame, Dan, to see this program go down.
Yes, it would, Mike.
Nice pass from Swoboda into George Smith. Smith's got 10 points now. Jordan penetrates, and it's going to go on a 3-point possibility.
Jordan's picking up where he left off the other night. Just everything he's shooting. He's got the nice touch. He's got the ball soft on the rim. Getting a lot of steals, getting a lot of assists, and playing just a great floor game.
You like to dance? There's a dance after the game. Starts at 8, lasts till midnight, costs $2 a single, $3 a couple. First 10 people are free. I think that's about over with there. The door prize, there's drawings, and it's sponsored by the IPFW Black Collegian Caucus. So get off your duffs and start dancing.
I think that's in the ballroom of the Wall Memorial Union, Mike.
Smith.
Come alive here in the last couple minutes. He's got 3 quick buckets.
12 points for George, and George gets the block. And a shot by Daron Blassingame. He averages 10-6 a game and gets his first 2, and it's now a 39-27 ball game. Only a 12-point lead now for IPFW. So Northern Kentucky doing very well to stay in the ball game.
Well, I think that talks about the strength of this conference, Mike. Even though the last place team here, you just can't blow them out.
And Surgeon takes the shot. It's a 2-pointer. He's got 15 points. Blassingame chipped the paint on that one. Jordan again, just too quick. 11 points for Lawrence Jordan, 43-27 IPFW on top. 3:55 left in the first half. Matthews got it. And we're going back and forth, and Surgeon gets bumped a little bit by Matthews. Three and a half minutes. Shot clock no factor right now. Smith can't quite get it to go soft enough. And the rebound by Matthews, and a foul's going to be called on Pittman.
Personal foul on IPFW. Number 10, Mike Pittman, his second. Going to line for 2 shots for Northern Kentucky, number 30, Jimmy Matthews, into the IPFW lineup.
Jimmy Matthews has got 9 points in the ball game and doing a very good job keeping Northern Kentucky in this ball game.
Well, it's basically Matthews and Smith who are doing the scoring. They got 21 of the 29 points right now between the two of them. Very similar to the women's game. Northern Kentucky women hung tough with IPFW women, but it was basically 2 people doing the scoring for Northern Kentucky.
11 points for Jimmy Matthews. It's a 12-point ball game, 43-31. A little bit over 3 minutes left in the first half. IPFW. And Glenn Howard with the ball. Passes into Surgeon. Surgeon. Nifty move, but he misses. And a rebound by Matthews. Matthews clearing the boards well, both offensively and defensively. Filia, great pass to Swoboda, and Swoboda is fouled by Surgeon.
That's a 3 on Lloyd. And that appeared to me to be a late whistle, Mike. It almost appeared as if the official was going to wait to see if the ball went in or not call it if it did go in. But It is a third personal on Lloyd Surgeon.
There's a case where that shot could have been much easier if Swoboda would have used his left hand, which will come in time, but it takes a while to learn if you're right-handed, especially a young fella.
Right.
Looks like he just got out of some sort of a camp, didn't he? Swoboda has got 4 points. Glenn Howard passes inside. Howard again. Jordan, long range and a great shot.
And that was a three-point NBA style.
Matthews, oh, what a quick move by Matthews, and it's just off. It goes out of bounds to IPFW.
What a great offensive move. He just didn't have the nice touch at the basket. I think he thought he was going to get hacked, and he didn't.
13-point lead. Excuse me.
That's all right. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
2 minutes left in the ball, or not the ball game. The first half, 46-33. As slow as this half's gone, it almost seems like a ball game. Glenn Howard gets fouled and misses the fairly easily lay-in.
No, but he too had a great move. Ran the baseline, got that quick step to beat his defensive player, and number 24, Ron Marbury, had to foul to keep him from scoring.
Glenn Howard's got 3 points. IPFW with a 13-point lead. 1:56 left in the first half. Good look at Glenn. And it's in and out. Both teams just shooting hard from the free throw line.
I think he's 0 for 3.
And he gets the second one. 4 points for Howard. Filia beats Burkhardt. Passes over to Blassingame. He stepped on the line. I don't know, though. I don't know how that official could have called that from that angle.
Well, and the tough psychological thing is he hit the shot after the whistle blew.
Yeah, that's a killer. Ken Shields wasn't happy. Burkhardt, great move by Scott Burkhardt, and he's tied up by Blassingame. He'll go to the line.
That's 3 fouls on Blassingame, Mike. And he's been the one person other than Matthews and Smith to have any consistency.
Burkhardt faked Marbury right out of his shoes. Burkhardt's got his first point. It's 48-33. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Burkhardt misses the second one. We're not even going to shoot 50% the way the free throws are going tonight.
No, and I'm sure that's something Coach Piazza is going to talk about at halftime.
Marbury will go to the line. Number 24 for Northern Kentucky.
Well, with that foul, Burkhardt now has 3 fouls, so he and Surgeon are in a little bit of foul trouble here towards the end of the first half.
You're watching College Access Channel 6, IPFW Sports. From the Athletic Center at IPFW, I'm Mike Neely along with Dan Gebhardt. Hope you're enjoying the action. IPFW on top, 48-33. And a double dribble is called on Burkhardt. Another turnover.
Well, I think Burkhardt got caught there. Everybody left him a little bit, and he decided he needed to dribble out. And not real comfortable with 2 guys all over him dribbling the ball out.
And good defense by IPFW. Shot by Pangella. And Pangello's got his first 2. 48-35. Northern Kentucky still there. 1 minute left in the first half. Long from long range. Rebound, Burkhart muscles his way up. Could it be an offensive foul called, but no. And I don't mean to go against our home team, but I don't know. He may have gotten away with one there.
Well, it certainly did look like he was being very aggressive to the basket.
Burkhart from Allentown, Pennsylvania. He's only a junior, 6'5", 210. Andy Piazza doing a fantastic job with the recruiting. A lot of players that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, that's for sure. And John Felsky. Burkhart misses the second one. What's new? And Burkhart gets his paws in there, and Leonard Fox is going to come away, and he's going to be called for the charge. That could be seen a mile away.
Just a little bit out of, not a little bit out of control, a lot out of control. He, again, should have pulled up at the free throw line. He had Lawrence Jordan on his left-hand side, and he should have pulled up and made the defensive player commit. Instead, the defensive player was able to just stand there and take the charge.
So the last 3 minutes taking 3 hours almost to play. 49-35, 40 seconds left in the first half. And Pangelo could have been called easily for a walk there. Filia takes the shot, cans it, and he's going to go to the line to try to cut into this lead. Greg Filia with 4 points. It's only a 12-point lead for IPFW, and a little momentum swing here for Northern Kentucky if they can complete this 3-point play and play some excellent defense in the last 30 seconds. And he completes it. 5 points for Filia, an 11-point lead, the lowest lead so far in the last 12 minutes. 49-38, IPFW on top. 24 seconds left. Fox passes back out to Glenn Howard. 15 seconds on the game clock for the first half.
7 seconds left. They
5 seconds now. They turn it over. Northern Kentucky's going to have the last shot, a three-pointer. It's long, and the buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first half, but Northern Kentucky's got to be very happy with their position now. Only down 11 after being down by more than 16 points in the middle of the first half.
Not very good execution on IPFW's part, Mike. They had an opportunity to get the last shot of the game, and they threw it away. In fact, it appeared they weren't even aware of what was on the clock. So, Mike, let me run down the unofficial scoring here before we go. We'll stay with the contest to win the car. We'll go down to Jim Orr on the floor, but let me give the unofficial scoring here at this point first. For the leading IPFW Mastodons, they're led in scoring by their two seniors, Lawrence Jordan and Lloyd Surgeon, both with 15 points. Mike Pittman with 0, Leonard Fox with 2, Glenn Howard with 4, Kevin Schenk with 0, Sam Long with 4, Sean Gibson with 3, Doug Ranke with 4, John Honstreiter with 0, and Scott Burkhart with 2. For the Northern Kentucky Norsemen, they have 38 points. They're led in scoring by George Smith with 12 and Jimmy Matthews with 11. Nick Pangelo with 2. John Campbell with 0. Darren Blassingame with 2. Craig Wilhott with 0. Greg Filia with 5. Ron Marby with 2. Brian Shaw with 0. Kenny Brown with 0. Chris Russell with 0. Todd Swoboda with 4. And Tim Russell with 0. So we're going to go down to the floor, Mike. Let Jim Orr, the director of promotions here at IPFW, take over the and announce exactly what's happening here for the contest to win the car.
Mike, how do you pronounce your last name?
Adonisio.
Adonisio. All right, Mike, here's the situation. You have to make 4 shots. You start with a layup, then a free throw, then a three-pointer, then a half-court shot. You make all those shots within 35 seconds. That car is yours. Okay? Let's come on down here and we'll get this thing started. Okay, keep in mind now, You have to make them in order, okay? If you miss the first shot, just keep shooting until you make that basket, then you go to the next one, okay?
Oh, okay. 35 seconds to make the 4.
Right, okay? Now, I also want to remind you, if the ball goes out of bounds, okay, let it go. I'll give you a second one. Otherwise, you get your own rebound, okay? As long as it's on the court, it's your ball.
Okay.
If it goes off the court, I'll help you out.
All right.
Any questions?
Nope.
Good luck. Let's give away a card. Ready? Let's go.
Go, Mike.
Go ahead. Oh, there we go. The man's got the technique. He's behind the line. There's the shot. Just a little short again. Still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. There it is. There it is. Got a three-pointer. He's got to stay behind the line. Oh. Still got time. Get it off. Oh. Just missed. Just missed. Mike, come on over here. Mike, consolation prize from the Athletic Wear for you. Thanks for participating and welcome to IPFW basketball.
Tough contest, Mike. It's got to hit 4 shots in 35 seconds in order and nobody rebounding for you in front of all these people. So.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Because all you have to do is look at that camera right over there. You know what you're going to say, don't you? Okay. Here you go. You're on.
2, 3. You're watching College Access Channel 6.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Beverly Bell, hostess of Family, Children, and Community. It's a show designed to address topics of interest related to young children through senior citizens, such as what happens after you dial 911, and what types of toys are good for young children, and how's your family's communication. Family, Children, and Community addresses topics such as these and attempts to make available suitable solutions. Tune in and become aware of the issues and topics that are impacting your life.
Hello. Please join us for the IPFW Mind and Body Workout every Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5 p.m. Please join us for the IPFW Mind and Body Workout every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30. See you then.
We want to prove that there are some parents who will be able to reunify with their child with a lot of support in place for them.
It's especially hard for parents trying to break their own drug habits to cope with the problems of a drug-exposed baby. Some babies will show jitteriness, a constant motion of the arms and legs. Others may have problems later.
The brain and central nervous systems are very, very delicate, and many times the damage that's sustained is permanent.
Researchers have also learned some children may cry more, interact less, leading to social isolation.
What we see a lot in some of our drug-exposed older toddlers is that they don't use eye contact or smiling in a way to initiate behaviors.
For Cynthia, the program is another chance.
It's a tradition which has become one of the most popular student events on the Bloomington campus each year. Earlier this month, for the 8th year in a row, Bob Knight stepped up to the microphone and spoke directly to a standing room only crowd of more than 3,000 Indiana University students. For 2 hours, Professor Robert M. Knight lectured, inspired, and motivated. He answered questions and issued challenges to his student audience, and he did it all in typical Bob Knight style.
Getting an education is just like stealing, because you can take it here and take it there and take it from everywhere. And you don't ever have to give it back. And when you're going to college, what you have is a license to steal. And what you get to keep is everything that you take away with you. It's the only place in the world that you can take away anything you want and never have to pay for it or give it back. And not only that, but it's what'll last you longer than anything else that you'll ever encounter. Whatever the problem that confronts you, whatever the ghost that chases you around, you can work at it and you can get control of it. And you do so because that's the absolute best thing for you.
Coach Knight, with your aggressive means of coaching, how do you earn the respect instead of resentment from your team members?
Well, yeah, I've never really worried a great deal about it. In fact, if I was a player, I'd resent some of the things I said. Well, like I said last year, I've gotten to the point where it's really hard. If I had a beard, it would be hard for you to tell the difference between me and Santa Claus. I mean, we're both kind of easygoing, overweight, benevolent characters. That's kind of how a root like hell for us this year. I don't know whether we're going to catch it or not. I mean, it's going to be interesting. The ball's going to be flying a little bit. And they aren't always going to catch it. And they aren't always going to pass it where the hell it ought to be passed. But I think they're going to try like hell, and I think that you're going to respond to them. And I know that they respond to you. Good luck to all of you, and thanks for having me.
revealing statistics for us.
I do have, Mike. IPFW shooting 61% from the field. Very, very good. Of 19 of 31 shots, while holding Northern Kentucky to 46% and 13 of 28 from three-point range. IPFW 3 of 6 for 50%, while Northern Kentucky is 1 of 4 for 25. IPFW really hurting at the free throw line. They could do much, much better. 8 of 15 for 53%. If they'd only hit half of those ones they missed, they'd have a 15-point lead here at halftime. But Northern Kentucky not shooting much better. 11 for 17 for 65%. And rebounds even this point, 17 and 17. Both teams with 14 fouls. IPFW with 15 assists as compared to 6 for Northern Kentucky. And I would assume that Lawrence Jordan has the bulk of those assists. Turnovers even 9 apiece, and steals fairly even, with IPFW having 6 and Northern Kentucky having 5. Leading scorers for IPFW, Surgett and Jordan, both with 15. Smith and Matthews with 12 and 11 for Northern Kentucky. Leading rebounders, Filia with 5 for Northern Kentucky, and Glenn Howard with 4 for IPFW. The only people in foul trouble at this point are Surgett and Burkhardt, both with 3, and Blassingame and Marbury, both with 3 for Northern Kentucky.
Well, we're ready for second half action. We've got a 49-38 score. IPFW with an 11-point lead. Trying to keep the intensity level where Andy Piazza would like it, as it's very easy to let down, especially the kind of role that IPFW is on. It's very easy to look to the teams with the better records and overlook teams like Northern Kentucky with only 1 win in the GLVC. Swoboda gets trapped in the corner. We have the same starters as we did in the first half, and Jimmy Matthews starts off with a quick 2, and it's only a 9-point game now. Jordan penetrates. Could have been called for a walk, but gets a great move. And a badly needed 2 points. Pangelo misses. Up ahead to Jordan. Jordan quickly. And Pangelo with a great steal.
You're not going to see that very often. Not very many people can take the ball away from Lawrence Jordan on the drive.
Follow up by Matthews. $15 points for Matthews, and a 9-point game once again. 18:59 left in the ball game. Reinke almost falls out of bounds, but keeps his balance. Jordan gets it swatted away by Jimmy Matthews, but a foul's going to be called on him.
IPFW a little out of sync here, Mike, to start the second half. They got that quick bucket, had a chance for a second when Lawrence Jordan got his pocket pick. And on that last possession there, didn't really seem to be into a very good rhythm there.
Jordan penetrates. Great pass to Lloyd Surgett. 17 points for Lloyd Surgett. 53-42 IPFW, back with an 11-point lead. Filia passes into Swoboda, with a nice soft touch, and he's got 6 points.
Good recognition by Swoboda. Surgeon's got 3 fouls, and he just took it right to him.
Jordan, nifty move, used the screen well and cans it. 19 points for Lawrence Jordan. 18 minutes left in the ball game. Jimmy Matthews, and a good block by Reinke. And Jordan almost throws it away. Passes over to Gibson, or Surgett that is. He misses the shot. And Northern Kentucky comes down court. 11 points down. That's the way it started the second half. Cross-court pass to Filia, and again to Swoboda. And we've seen that play before in the second half so far. They've ran it through 2 times and been successful both times.
What they do is they throw across court, and then they get behind the defense, and as the defense is shifting, they just feed it down inside.
8 points for Swoboda. Pittman from 3-point range, and Matthews with a strong rebound. A 9-point lead for IPFW. Northern Kentucky coming back. 17 minutes left in the ball game. Alley-ooped to Matthews, and Northern Kentucky playing on all cylinders right now. And just missed by Sam Long. IPFW has gone cold.
Well, it was a nice drive to the bucket, got to the baseline, but he didn't go strong to the basket. Mike just kind of threw it up there and hoped it went in.
Matthews thinks about the three-pointer, and a steal by Sargent. 2-on-2, and look at the lightning quickness by Lawrence Jordan. He's got 21 points and just an explosive move down court. Pangelo just short. Good rebound by Matthews again. He goes up strong and cans it.
Well, he's got 8 quick points here in the second half. He's playing strong in the paint.
He's also got 21 points. He and Lawrence Jordan tied for the game lead. He's got 19 points, excuse me.
Of the second half. Into the IPFW lineup, number 25, Glenn Howard. Number 41, Sean Gibson. Number 50, John Hotstrom.
57-50, 16 minutes left in the first half. Now, excuse me, the ball game. The game is on the line right now. Gibson shoots up an air ball. Looks like he hung onto that ball a long time. Swoboda. Glenn Howard almost gets the steal.
Good hustle on Howard's part. Tried to save the ball, but was called for traveling. Good call by the officials.
Big George Smith underneath gets fouled from behind by John Honstrider. And Big George will go to the line.
Smith's got a pretty good touch for a big guy.
Good look at George Smith.
I jinxed him.
Chipped the paint on that one. 13 points for George Smith. And a 6-point lead now only for IPFW. Sam Long almost could have been called for shuffling his feet. Jordan with the ball passes over to Glenn Howard. Howard's got the 3-point shot. He aims, misses, and a rebound by George Smith. And Northern Kentucky's going to slow it down again. Smith strong and makes it. Good move by George Smith. And it's 13 points and a 4-point lead now for IPFW. Northern Kentucky, very impressive so far here in the second half. Gibson from 3-point range. It's only a 2-point shot. His foot was on the line. 5 points for Gibson. And a 6-point lead for IPFW. Filia almost traveled. And foul's going to be called on Glenn Howard. 59-53, 14:40 left in the ball game.
Well, IPFW right now is not doing what they want. I'm sure on that last shot by Sean Gibson, Coach Piazza was one of those, oh no, great shot kind of things. Not the one you want Sean Gibson to be taking that early on the shot clock. Luckily it went in and they moved back to a 6-point lead. But they've got to, in my opinion, Mike, they got to play defense down here. They've let Northern Kentucky get some fairly easy buckets here, so they got to tighten up the defense, and that will make things happen on the offensive end.
Steal by Glenn Howard. He's got a 2-on-1. He's going to, and it undercuts by Filia, and a late whistle, but Howard is hurt.
Wasn't sure the official was going to call that one.
Howard's in obvious pain right now. Let's hope he's okay. Well, he is really wincing.
Not sure where he got hit. I don't know if it's his leg or if he actually got hit across the face. pretty vicious foul. Again, I don't think anything intentionally was meant. It just both players going at full speed. Looks like the trainer there is looking at his leg, so he may have twisted an ankle or twisted his knee. Obvious pain.
Boy, he is really hurting.
Well,
let's take this time. Excuse me.
No,
Dan,
go ahead, Mike.
Talk about the. I know it's a subject that it's not hard to address, or it's not easy to address. The possibility of IPFW losing its athletic scholarship program, basically because of a lack of support from Fort Wayne community and people, I think, having a hard time with the school's identity. I think if we were named Fort Wayne University, that we'd probably get a lot more support than what we have.
Well, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about that relationship with the IU and Purdue campuses, Mike, and we're going to get back in the game here, but maybe we'll get a break a little while ago to take a look at to discuss that further. But Mike Pittman's going to shoot here for Glenn Howard. Nice move on Andy Piazza's part. Mike shooting very well from the free throw lane, and nice substitution.
That's only Pittman's first points. He averages 9.2. And he gets the second one. We'll keep you up to date if we hear any word on Glenn Howard's condition. Three-point shot, short. Good rebound by Marbury. And Marbury is going to have a chance for a three-point play. That was a tough rebound.
Well, again, it's the same thing we saw in the women's game tonight. IPFW not doing a good job of boxing out. For our young fans watching the game, boxing out is not standing in the paint and going up to get the rebound. You've actually got to locate the person that you're guarding and get a body on that person and move them out of the lane and then go up strong for the boards, and that's not what happened there. Marbury had great position and just went straight up in the air with nobody on him.
A 6-point lead for IPFW, 61-55, 14-14 left in the ball game. Good look at Ron Marbury, who's got 4 points in the ball game. He's 6'5", a freshman from Columbus, Ohio, went to St. Charles High School. And he completes the three-point play. He's got 3 points. And a foul's going to be called. Blasingame got 4 fouls now. Blasingame having a tough game so far. Averages 10.6 points and almost 4 assists a ball game, but he's only got 2 points so far and 4 fouls. Lawrence Jordan with the ball. Sam Long takes the shot. It's not going to go. Matthews. Filia. Blasingame. And it goes off. A long rebound by Monbry, and Monbry is called for the travel.
Well, that time IPFW did a good job of boxing out, but when the loose ball went on the floor, they didn't hustle after it, and Marbury was able to get it. But he was called for traveling.
Good ball game so far, 61-56, 13:30 left in the ball game. IPFW hanging on, and Northern Kentucky clawing away. Surgeon, fadeaway, big rebound by Smith. Blasingame banks it off, can't get it to fall, and a rebound goes away to IPFW.
I think IPFW has let Northern Kentucky get fired up here a little bit. Blasingame got a little, 24, Marbury showing a little bit of emotion there when he knocked that ball out of bounds. I think psychologically they've gotten back in a ball game by this run.
When they first started this ball game, they had inexperience and almost a look of fear in their eyes. Now they've got a look of intensity and determination. And I'm sure that last swing during the latter part of the first half has had something to do with that. They now feel they can play with this team. Gibson called for the 5-second call. And another turnover by IPFW, who's gone completely sour here in the first part of the first half, the second half. 12:42 left in the ball game, 61-56. IPFW barely hanging on.
Well, that was poor movement on the IPFW. They kept running back and forth, but nobody came to the ball to help Gibson out.
Cross guard, long pass to Harris. It's broken up by IPFW. Matthews almost got the three-pointer away. Filia is going to go inside. A good, strong move by Filia. And he's got 7 points. Another steal. Marbury takes the shot. It's short. Gets his own rebound and puts it in. A one-point ball game.
Very similar to what we saw against Kentucky State a couple weeks ago, Mike. Run up a big lead, and then you just kind of play lackadaisical and then let the other team back in the ball game.
Marbury's fired up and gets called for the foul. Him and the official having a little laugh. You could hear that slap clear up here.
That's his fourth foul, Mike, and he's made a big run here the last couple minutes, so they can't afford to lose him either. So now they have 2 players with 4 fouls.
Pittman inbounds it. Burkhart got it. Burkhart's got 3 points, a 3-point lead for IPFW. 11:55 left in the ball game. Stripped by Jordan. He's got a trailer, pulls up, takes the shot, in and out. And Leonard Fox with great hustle down court gets the rebound and is called for the foul. Will get to go to the line.
I was just about to mention that Lawrence Jordan hadn't touched the ball very much lately, and you've got to have him in your offense because he is the offense. Not necessarily scoring-wise, but he's the one who's going to get it to you if you expect to score the ball, and he hasn't touched the ball much.
Fox has got 2 points so far in the ball game. And make it 3. A 4-point lead for IPFW, 64-60. Good look at Leonard Fox. And he gets the second one. Marbury with the ball for Northern Kentucky. Fox closes the gap. IPFW with the trap inside. Well, Swoboda is fouled, and the big freshman's going to go to the line again.
And had a very good chance. Not very good play underneath the basket by IPFW right now. They're swarming when the ball's out on the perimeter, but they've got to learn to get backside help, and right now they're not getting that backside help, and they're having to swarm then to the ball after the pass goes inside.
And again, Swoboda gets fouled on the right hand when he had a left-handed layup. Just a little inexperience there. He'll learn how to use that left hand, but that's a couple of times he's missed the shot when he's got hacked on the right hand. And he misses the free throw. And gets the second one to fall. 9 points for Swoboda. Pittman passes out to get Surgeon. Pittman in the corner. And they'll reset the shot clock off the kick. 4-point lead for IPFW. Surgeon strong. And it gets the roll. He was up in the air, Dan.
Great. He's just been playing great inside, Mike.
19 points for Surgeon, and the ball goes out of bounds off Jimmy Matthews' foot. And good defense, pressure defense by Pittman and Jordan. Got a timeout. Northern Kentucky calls a timeout. A gallant effort so far here in the first half by Northern Kentucky as they hang in the ball game, only down by 6, 67-61. They cut it to 1.
Right, and IPFW's built it back up to 6 points here, and they now have the ball, a chance to move it out to 8. But surprisingly, Mike, when it was down to 1, Andy Piazza didn't call a timeout, and it's fallen on Northern Kentucky. That's their third, and according to my records, IPFW has not called timeout yet, so they have 5 left.
Our next live telecast will be on Saturday, March 3rd at 5 p.m. when the Lady Eagles from Ashland College meet the IPFW Lady Dons. And at 8 p.m., the Ashland College Eagles challenge the IPFW Mastodons. Catch all the action of college basketball right here on your College Access Channel 6.
that could be a key matchup for both the IPFW Lady Dons and the IPFW Mastodons, depending on what happens next week. Again, Lady Dons had their tough week this weekend and were able to win 2 at home. The Mastodons have 2 tough ones next week on the road and need to play real well down there. But right now, Ashland's playing. Ashland, I believe, is 12th in the nation, Mike, and just playing very, very good basketball. Men, I'm talking about it. They come in here. That could just be a great matchup and could be a key to what happens after that in the postseason competition.
Was not Ashland the first team that we played
yes.
in our GLVC?
GLVC, and they beat us on the road.
We were undefeated going to the GLVC. We had to run into a buzzsaw like Ashland to introduce us to league play. Jordan quickly, and what can you say about the man? 23 for him and an 8-point lead for IPFW. Swoboda stolen by Burkhart. Poor pass by Swoboda. And Leonard Fox has got a free layup, tries to jam it. Swoboda is called for the foul, and bench is fired up. I don't know. Have you seen Leonard Fox jam it?
No, I never have. That would have been a good one. He was up there. I think he had it.
Almost. And Fox throws up a brick. And misses the second one. George Smith with the rebound. Trapping defense. Pittman and Jordan doing a good job. Fade away by Matthews. Got it. Fade away 3-pointer. 22 for Matthews and a 5-point lead for IPFW. 69-64. Fox inside to Burkhart. Back out to Surgeon. Surgeon takes the shot in and out. Rebound Matthews.
IPFW with a very small lineup right now.
Swoboda gets fouled, and the bucket is going to count. Pittman bumped him in the back, and it's only a 3-point ball game again. Northern Kentucky coming back.
Refuses to quit, Mike, and again, if we had a shot chart, I got to believe that 75% of the points they've made here in the second half have been within 5 feet of the basket. They just have not had to hit that outside shot. IPFW might be smart to go into a zone defense and pack it inside and make them shoot outside for a while here.
10 minutes, 7 seconds left. Swoboda can count it, cut it to 2 points now. So Northern Kentucky will not die. Living up to their nickname. And a steal by Matthews. Almost a poor pass. Up ahead to Swoboda. Off the glass too hard. And boy, that would have brought the house down on the Northern Kentucky side. Jordan pulls, stops, pops, misses, rebound. Northern Kentucky up and down we go. 9:41 left in the ball game. And a foul is going to be called on Sam Long.
Both teams, Mike, right now out of control. They just need to settle down, and particularly IPFW. Maybe this is not knowing what Northern Kentucky plays. This may be their game, but right now this is not IPFW's game. One pass and a shot, one pass and a shot. They need to work the ball around and not necessarily slow down. They're a quick ball club. They need to keep that pressure defense up, but they need to work the offensively before they take a shot.
Well, they better wake up soon, because a loss in this ball game is the end of the season.
That's right.
It's that simple. They can play the next 4 games, win all 4 of them, but a loss to the last place team in the GLVC will spell the end for their NCAA chances. Matthews again from 3-point land. It's a Long, and the rebound goes away to Sam Long. Pittman, and a super pass inside to Honstrider. He gets his own rebound and gets it to go. His first 2, 71-67, a 3-point lead for IPFW. 4-point lead, that is. Out of bounds now. So Northern Kentucky, once they get it within 1 or 2, they start falling apart again. Nine minutes, 8 seconds left. 71-67. IPFW up by 4. And with the ball, Pittman, 3-pointer, got it. Assist Jordan.
Big basket there for Pittman. That just should build his confidence a little bit, and certainly makes the lead a little bit more comfortable. Still can't quit with 9 minutes left. They got to work hard. But
all of a sudden now, a 7-point lead for IPFW. Filia's in the corner. Cross-court pass to Brown. Brown takes the shot. Good shot, too. First points for Kenny Brown. And he almost gets the steal.
IPFW still running away from the pass. Not doing a good job of coming to the ball.
Good look at Coach Andy Piazza.
Right, just going to mention that.
Done an unbelievable job with this program. Pittman makes his own Jordan-like move. And a rebound by Honstreiter.
2 big baskets by Honstreiter in the last couple minutes underneath.
8-point lead for IPFW. 7-point lead, that is. Filia from 3-point land. It's long. Northern Kentucky doing things that I'm sure Coach Ken Shields is very unhappy with right now.
Well, IPFW and Northern Kentucky now will be in the 1-and-1, and it's important to step up here and hit their free throws.
It's amazing that I don't know if maybe I haven't noticed, but did IPFW go to his own defense?
No, I think they haven't. I think Northern Kentucky got into that running ball game and just kind of got out of what they were doing. That was correct, taking those outside shots.
Right. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't be going inside to Smith or Swoboda when he's been in there. They've both been very effective underneath. And the penetration by Matthews and Brown have been very well too. Jordan makes both, and he's got 25 points. 78-69, and 9-point lead for IPFW. Jimmy Matthews with the ball for Northern Kentucky. And a foul is going to be called on Leonard Fox. Disagrees vehemently with that call.
But I think it was a good call. It's a lot of pressure put on there, and you need to do that. But at this point in the game, Mike, you can't afford to let Northern Kentucky go to the line with no time running off the clock. And you got to put a pressure there, but you don't reach in with those hands, and that's exactly what he got called for.
Ron Marbury's at the line. And he gets the first one to fall. 6 points for him and an 8-point lead for IPFW. 7 minutes, 50 seconds left. And a foul is going to be called on George Smith, and Smith now has.
That's his third, Mike. But amazingly, he had he had 2 very early in the ball game and played a lot of the ball game without picking up that third foul.
And very effectively as well.
But I'm not sure that's very smart on IPFW's part. Then they maybe should have taken the ball to him and didn't quite do that.
Would you like to take the ball to him?
No.
Honstreiter will go to the line. He's got 4 points and 4 very important points in this stretch by IPFW that has gotten back the lead that they lost 78-70. 7:49 left in the ball game. And Honstreiter can now make it a 10-point lead. And he does. Filia with a pass over to Pangelo. Pangelo back to Filia. Blassingame takes the shot. Been calling Pangelo all this time. Blassingame's got 4 points. He averages 10.6, so he's way off his mark so far. They've done a very good job on him. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Honstreiter. So we'll go to the end of the court again for more free throws, and if Northern Kentucky can shoot these things with no time running off, they're going to have a good shot at this ball game yet.
Mike, IPFW is still not doing a very good job defensively, in my opinion. They're putting a lot of pressure on the perimeter, which is exactly what they want to do, but they're not getting good backside help. If that person is stepping through and is able to pass inside for an easy layup.
Big George Smith, as you can see, Andy Piazza consoling with Sam Long, and Smith misses it. Northern Kentucky continuously shooting poor from the free throw line. We have an unbelievable acrobatic shot by Leonard Fox, and
now you get your fourth foul on George Smith, I think.
I tell you, I hate to sound too unbiased, but Fox definitely pushed off with his left arm.
I'm not sure how he made
Watch
that
this,
shot.
as you can see. Not so sure that was much of a foul.
Well, what you get is you get the guy up in the air, and they're always going to call it on the defensive player if he's up in the air.
Smith gets the rebound as Fox misses. Matthews, short. Smith, big rebound. Smith has got 17 points and a boatload of rebounds. He is a monster underneath. Sean Gibson with the ball. Passes out to Lawrence Jordan. Jordan gives it to Fox. Fox to Long. Long to Hanstrider. 16 on the shot clock. Steele. And an easy layup by Filia. He's going to make a little showtime out of it. I thought he was, but he's teasing us. 9 points for Filia.
If he's like me, he can't dunk it, so you take it, you make it look like you can.
82-76. 6 minutes left. IPFW has the lead. Foul's going to be called on Marbury.
And I think that's his fifth foul. I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm pretty impressed with this Northern Kentucky team. 1-11 in the conference, 4-19 overall, but they sure haven't quit in this game. And there are many times they could have rolled over and played dead.
Absolutely. Nice to see IPFW win and win big, but it's also nice for the television viewers to see a half-decent ball game and some excellent defense or offense that is played by the opposing team to make it challenging for IPFW.
Right. Well, and IPFW needs this. If indeed they get that postseason bid, they got to be ready to play the best in the country, and you need to play against teams. And I certainly think from top to bottom, the GOVC is the toughest conference in the country. Right now, they have 3 teams in the top 20.
And that man right there at the line is one of the toughest players in the GOVC. He's got 26 points tonight, and also is very close to being in double figures in assists.
Well, and he had 31 the other night against Bellarmine. So again, I think the performances last 2 nights have certainly got to qualify him for as a Player of the Week candidate.
As you can see, Ron Marbury on the screen fouled out. Blasingame loses it, and they're going to have a 10-second call. Steal by Hanstrider. He called a 10-second call when they had the ball and a 2-on-1 fast break. Don't understand that one, Dan.
I think he made him. I think that's a missed call, actually. He obviously was saying that Hanstrider did not have control of the ball, so it was still actually in the possession of Northern Kentucky, but it certainly was a bad call.
Fox will inbound it for IPFW. Surgeon, Pittman, 3-point shot. Got it. 8 points for Pittman, and that was big. 87-76 now, an 11-point lead for IPFW. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game. Filia with the ball for Northern Kentucky. Smith posting up against Burkhardt. And now Surgeon. 3-pointer by Blasingame. And that one is good. Blasingame now with 7 points, and that was a big 3-pointer as it keeps Northern Kentucky in the ball game with 5 minutes left. I keep getting Blasingame and Pangelo mixed up. That was Pangelo with the points. He's got 5, and Blasingame now has 4.
Well, again, we talked about this before. They're not quitting. They've down by 11, and now they're back up by 8. And IPFW calling a timeout to plan a strategy for the last 5 minutes here. And again, I think they've done some of the things they need to do to maintain the lead. But here in the last 5 minutes, they've got to get back into what they do best.
We at IPFW are pleased to bring you the cablecast of athletic competition, and we hope you enjoy the game and excitement of intercollegiate sports at IPFW. To provide such programs, we need your support. With the help of student workers and volunteers, we are able to produce these programs at a relatively low cost. Your contribution that is, will help to defray the production costs not covered by the university budget. College Cable Access at IPFW invites you to invest in quality college programming by sending your contribution to the College Cable Access Center, IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499. Phone number 219-482-6582. Please make your check out to the Indiana Purdue Foundation at Fort Wayne and designate it for college athletics. We appreciate your support. Again, that phone number is 481-6582. Surgeon fakes him out of their shoes, and Burkhart gets the tip.
Great play by Burkhart. Great play by Lloyd Surgeon. Just didn't get the shot to fall, but Burkhart followed.
89-79, 10-point lead for IPFW. 4:40 left. Three-pointer. Blasingame misses. Blasingame with the rebounds. Fouled by Long. Blasingame, that is, having a tough time of it. Only 4 points, 10.6 he averages. He's the playmaker for the team, but he hasn't been making any plays tonight. Good look at Darren Blasingame. And he's got the first one. Good for him on the free throw. 5 points for him and a 9-point ball game for IPFW. 4:34 left. Perfect on the second one. 6 points for Blasingame. IPFW up by 8 now. Fox trapped in the corner. Cross court to Pittman. Pittman kicked by Matthews, and they'll reset the shot clock.
Pressure defense by Northern Kentucky giving IPFW a little bit of a problem. And again, they don't have it in the hands of Lawrence Jordan very much, Mike, and he's the one you'd think he'd want handling the ball at this point in the ball game.
And there he is with the ball right now. Penetrates. Surgeon passes up the shot. Fox does it from three-point land. Just Long, and the rebound comes away to Matthews. Matthews is in there fighting hard. Got a good rebound there. Filia with the ball. Three-pointer, Blasingame. Off. Rebound, Surgeon at the position, fouled by Filia, and Surgeon will go to the line to shoot a one-on-one.
Well, I'm not sure you want Leonard Fox taking that three-point shot with 25 seconds left on the shot clock and really nobody underneath the board. Surgeon was able to get a hand on it, but number 30, Jimmy Matthews, picked up the loose ball and was able to go on the other end. Luckily, IPFW was able to keep them from scoring and did pick up the foul. So Surgeon will go to shoot one-on-one.
Surgeon with a strong game as usual. 19 points. Make it 20. 4 minutes left. 90-81. A good look at the senior Lloyd Surgeon.
Well, Andy Piazza's got to be real pleased with the senior leadership he's gotten from Lloyd Surgeon and Lawrence Jordan in the last couple ball games.
Surgeon also an excellent free throw shooter. Now he's got 21 points and a 10-point lead for IPFW. 4 minutes left. 3:58 now. George Smith blocked by Surgeon. Stuffed in your face. And a steal. And Matthews comes up with it. 3 times tonight it's been stolen, pickpocketed off Lawrence Jordan. You don't see that often. Pittman, three-pointer. Got it.
That's 3 big three-pointers for Pittman. That's 9 points that we needed here late in the second half.
94-83, 3:15 left in the ball game. IPFW with an 11-point lead. Big basket by Mike Pittman. Last touch by IPFW. As Pangelo tried to pass it over to Matthews from three-point land. Crowd very quiet right now. They don't quite know what to do. And what a play by Blasingame to lay that ball up there. I don't think he took the shot. I think that was a
You think that was a pass all the way, huh? That was a great pass if it was a pass.
Maybe I'm giving the guy more credit than he deserves, but if that was the pass, that was superb, like you said. And George Smith, the beneficiary of it. He's got 19 points now. And we have a foul on the other end as Lawrence Jordan will try to add to his game high 26 so far. Nine-point lead for IPFW. Jordan with 28 points. Marvelous output by him tonight. 96-85, another 11-point lead with 2.5 minutes left. Northern Kentucky is going to have to throw him up now. Felia takes the shot. Rebound, Surgeon. Jordan's going to push it up ahead. And he stops and takes the shot, and he cans it. A no good shot by Jordan. 98-85.
Well, he's just so quick, Mike. It's hard for the offense to stay with him. And a poor pass by Northern Kentucky. Bounces in the middle. Nobody there, but...
And Jordan flies down the court after he gets tripped up by Felia. This game is just about over, but certainly don't want to say that after the things we've seen here this year.
And that's all for Felia. That will be his fifth.
2 minutes and 14 seconds left. A 13-point lead for IPFW over a very game Northern Kentucky University Norseman squad.
There you see a picture of Glenn Howard with ice on the ankle, and the IPFW trainer Shari Eager putting together a pair of crutches, so we can only assume that it is an ankle problem. We don't know how serious, but down the stretch here, particularly next week, they can't afford to be without Glenn Howard.
Glenn Howard, very important addition to this team. And trainer Sherry Casabro does an excellent job with these players. Jordan adding to the total now with 32 points. Blasingame passes into Craig Wilhoit, and Wilhoit will go to the line to shoot two. Wilhoit just entered the ball game.
Mike, it's amazing how these games don't reflect how the scores at the end of the game don't reflect how the game has really gone. With 7 minutes to go, it was a 2-point ball game, and now IPFW's up by 15, and the score just isn't going to reflect how the ball game went.
Well, IPFW has hit the triple-digit mark, 100-85, a 15-point lead. Not nearly as big a lead as it really looks like right there. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, and it's pretty much over. But
well, and again, I think what you're going to see is that people are going to read the score and expect that Northern Kentucky got blown out again, and that's not the case. They played a great game tonight.
Become a College Access Channel 6 Program Guide subscriber. To get a program guide, send us your name, address, and zip code to College Access Channel 6 at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499, or call us at 481-6582.
Well, you mentioned it a couple minutes ago. You hate to say the ball game's over, but certainly looks good for IPFW, which means that they'll have won their first 8 games of the second half of the conference season. But now they go into the last 3 games, which are the top 3 teams in the conference. So it's going to be real tough because 2 of those games are on the road. In our history, we've never beaten Kentucky Wesleyan at home or away, and it's just going to be a real tough thing. But I think a real positive situation right now is the fact that they're getting such great play out of their seniors. And Andy Piazza said it over and over again. Your senior leadership is what really makes a difference here. And I've got Lawrence Jordan for 33 points tonight to follow 31 on Thursday night. So just a great weekend for him. And obviously Lloyd, I've got Lloyd for 21 after 19 points the other night. So he's playing very, very well.
Craig Wilhoit at the line for Northern Kentucky. Wilhoit see much playing time. He averages 4 points a game. And he's got his first one of this game. .13-point lead. And a foul on Wilhoit. Sam Long will go to the line. Looks like we're going to have a waltz back and forth at the free throw line the last 2 minutes. I'd like to take this time to thank the crew, College Access Channel 6, and the Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their participation in the live production of our game tonight. And they're just getting better and better every time.
Sure are. Great camera work, great production work.
Certainly has nothing to do with us either.
We just call it as we see it, say our opinions and everything.
Greg Schmitz, the director and producer of the programs, does just a tremendous job. And Bernie Lohmuller in the studio with the Learning Resource Center.
If we say this stuff, we're going to get a raise?
Hey, I don't know anything about any money. Are you getting paid for this? That's new on me.
We must be getting comfortable. We must feel comfortable with this lead right now.
3-point attempt by Northern Kentucky's missed. Jordan is going to display a little bit of his creative ability, and Scott Burkhart's going to be the beneficiary. 7 points for Burkhart and a 104-87 ball game. 1 minute, 35 seconds left. 3-pointer by Pangallo. He's got 8 points. Jordan passes to Sam Long. 14-point lead for IPFW. Jordan doing what he does best. Passes into Burkhart again. Showtime in the Athletic Center at IPFW. Lawrence Jordan just putting on a display. He's in double figures now in assist. Three-pointer by Pangello, and that puts him in double figures in scoring. And a reverse jam by Burkhart. 11 points for Scott Burkhart. And the crowd can go home happy now. Wilhoit, flashing game, three-pointer, Long. And a rebound, block, Burkhart. Pittman up ahead. 20 seconds left. Alley-oop, Surgeon can't get it to go. That really brought the house down.
That was a half-court alley-oop pass.
Matthews stripped by Jordan. Look at the hands on that man. Unbelievable. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, fade away by Jordan. It's an air ball, but who cares? The game is over. 108-93. IPFW puts on a show the last 2 minutes, but it was closer than that. Lawrence Jordan finished with 32 points and 12 assists.
They have him for 15 official assists. Mike, that's only one short of his school record. Let me go down some unofficial scoring here, Mike, for the ball game before we sign off the air for the victorious Mastodons, who go to 19-6 and 9-6 in the conference. And again, they won their first 6 conference games of the second half. Just a great way to start it, but destiny in their hands. Led tonight in scoring, and I have 33. Again, all of ours are unofficial up here, so you and I don't even agree, but I have 33 for Lawrence Jordan, 21 from Lloyd Surgeon. Again, 54 points from the two seniors. Can't ask for a better production than that.
No, it's fantastic.
Mike Pittman with 11, Leonard Fox with 6, Glenn Howard with 4, Kevin Shank with 0, Sam Long with 6. Sean Gibson with 5, Doug Ranke with 4, John Honstreiter with 6, and Scott Burkhart with 12, 8 of which came in the last minute and a half there. For the Norse of Northern Kentucky, they dropped to 4-20 and 1-13 in the conference. But again, I look for great things from them in the future. They're just a young ball club with some really good talent, Mike, and I think they're going to be tough in the future. They were led in scoring tonight by Jimmy Matthews with 24 points, followed by their leading scorer, George Smith, with 19 tonight. Pagelo had 8, Campbell had 0, Blassingame had 9, Wilhott had 2, Filia had 9, Marbury had 8, Shaw had 0, Brown had 2, Chris Russell had 0, Swoboda had 12, and Tim Russell had 0. So that rounds out the scoring for tonight.
Okay, our thanks to the crew, and as you can see as the scroll goes by, all the people that are involved in the telecast, remember to join us March 3rd at 5 and 8 p.m. for Ashland College as they visit IPFW. Should be a great ball game. We'll see you then. I'm Mike Neely along with Dan Gebhardt saying so long, everybody.